Have you ever wondered why we're here? Yeah, that's way too cliche. Have you ever heard of the comedy of Nothing Brief, the VTuber? I can't start laughs like that either. There are times in life where you just gotta make the hardest decisions. Whether that be just deciding if you should just, pull the pants up by the bootstraps and what? Why do we forget things? What if you woke up on the roof? Have you ever owned every color of the rainbow before? Ever been outside recently? What's the most confusing dish that you've ever had? Forget the day. How's your night been? Care very often? I don't. How do we know what is common sense? Would the spit ever end? No, not at all. You might have thought so. But no, a writer came up with that one. Except it wasn't. No, I'm not. No. Oh my god, okay. Why am I over here? Hello? Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but just give me one quick second and I'll just get over there real quick, hang on. So, I'll be right back. Okay, hello? Alright, I'm here. In the flesh. Hi. The name's Nothing Brief, but I guess today, the name's Aiden now, huh? Well... I'm so nervous about all this. But... I'm nervous, but excited nonetheless. Just the fact that all of this is happening now, right? So, hi! Try not to introduce myself again because I know I just did that, but I don't have anything in mind right now about what I even want to say. Yeah, I didn't exactly plan this part out all too well, other than just show up here and just start talking. So, hi! Hello. Who am I again? I already know that after today, I'm gonna have like an identity crisis about whether to go by Nothing or to go by Aiden, because it's just weird to me. Because I've kind of gone by Nothing for such a long time that thinking of myself as Aiden is just kind of weird. In my mind, at the very least. But, yeah. What was I had another thought I was gonna say. I just cannot remember for the life of me. But, yeah. For anybody who's stopping by, even if just for a brief second, then thank you so much for coming here. It really means a lot to me, even if this is just for a few seconds, because these kind of moments are pretty big for everybody, right? And I know I'm not an exception to it, just even doing all this. So, yeah. Yeah, I really wanted to, like, I had something else on my mind other than the whole thing about my identity crisis, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm just... I don't know. All I know for certain is that before the stream started, I was definitely, maybe, quite possibly, have been playing Star Rail, Honkai, right before this, and even the night before, I lost like a lot of sleep because I just could not put the game down. So, yeah, I was playing for like a few good hours into the night until like 3 a.m. in the morning. And the only reason I like pried myself away from the game was because I knew that I was trying to do this. So, yeah. The last thing that I want is to just kind of rob myself of any energy that I could be using to just put to my debut, you know? So that was the thought process there. And then I still played it aside as soon as I woke up. I hope I don't lose too much money playing Honkai. I hope. But yeah, I wanted to say, I think I'm starting to remember that. Yeah, so the whole thing here with me, you know, being a black silhouette, I was just gonna do that as part of the joke with the thumbnail. I was like, hey, look, this is what I look like. Like, no clickbait. But yeah, I think I'm just more interested in keeping things more grounded than trying to like be a performer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal who I really am. Hello! Yeah, so now that there's finally a face with a voice. I was trying to combine those two words there. But yeah, so I think I've already said I hope everyone's doing well. And I don't know. I am kind of stalling because I thought I would have a lot more to say in this moment, but not really. I guess that's kind of what happens when you like go for something more impromptu. So yeah, but I think I've been sitting here for long enough, so let's go ahead and go into the next part of the stream. So hang on, I do need to set this up a little bit. Right. Okay, we should be ready now to switch over. And also, I hope you guys like the screen here. I personally really do. It's pretty. And plus, if you know what it is, you know what it is. And so, it's just all kind of intertwined with like the things that I want and the things that I like. So, let's go over to the next screen. Alright, I think I'm a little bit too big, so let me just move myself down a bit more here. About there? Yeah. But alright. On to the next phase of the debut, right? And so that should be the obligatory PowerPoint introduction. And so, yeah. This should be pretty self-explanatory about what to expect now. And maybe I should have like kept the background music for this part. I don't know. Yeah, hang on, let me go grab that real quick. It should be here, right? Yeah, found it. Alright, and then I'll lower it a bit more for this section. But, okay. So, the obligatory PowerPoint introduction by debuting VTuber. So, I do want to give a little bit of background before we get into the actual introduction of myself here. And so that's the fact that I'm not new to any of this, right? And I feel like that's a bit more obvious for just the fact that I'm not really stumbling over myself all too much with the words that I'm saying and how I'm just presenting myself. And so that's because of the fact that I started YouTube back on Valentine's Day for some reason 2 years ago with Resident Evil 2. So it was an interesting choice, I think, because with Resident Evil 2, even though it's like a series I never really had too much interest in, I did have a lot of fun playing through 6 with a good friend of mine, and then I watched a very funny playthrough of like some YouTubers playing co-op in 5, like a long time ago, and then I just kind of played the Resident Evil 1 remake in my own time at one point, and just, yeah, I really enjoyed the series, all things considered. So I figured that if I wanted to start YouTube, then I could just go for, you know, the origins of this guy here, the protagonist of possibly the best video game in existence, from what I hear people say, and that's Resident Evil 4. I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so I'm excited to see how, like, what's the deal with that game, right? But yeah, other than just the fact that I thought it would be fun to start with Resident Evil 2, I also just thought to myself that, you know, horror games make being quiet okay, and being someone who was starting out for the first time, that was definitely a huge boon. So I just really thought, okay, if I was gonna play something for the first time, especially have it be gaming content on YouTube, the most lucrative field of content on this platform, very obviously, and definitely not oversaturated at all, then a horror game would be the good place to start it. It was either gonna be a horror game or just like a Minecraft playthrough. I don't know, but I think I'm happy with this choice here. But yeah, the only thing with this was that I started playing literally everything on the hard because of Resident Evil 2. Because for remake, the original remake of Resident Evil 1, I played that on, I think it was hardcore? Or no, I remember what it was. So I just started playing that normally, and because I was like so used to just managing all of my inventory space and just kind of looking into keeping track of all of my save tapes, I kind of just wanted to keep that feeling going into Resident Evil 2. So I decided to play on hardcore because of that, and ever since then, and even honestly, this has been a pattern before Resident Evil 2, but ever since that, I started playing every game that I could on the harder difficulties. Maybe not the hardest, because there are games like, you know, Fire Emblem with its maddening difficulty that... yeah, maddening classic? No thanks. So, yeah. But I think that's enough time spent here, so let's go on to the next. And that is to just talk about me. So, hello, the name's Aiden, nothing brief. And this was my birthday recently, actually, April 21st. So now I'm a whopping age. Wait. I'm a whopping 23. Yeah. So pretty young, but I don't know. Young, kind of dumb, and just trying to figure out what I'm doing, you know? So I don't want to spend too much time on that because I just kind of want to talk more about who am I and what I do. And that's the fact that I'm a tinkerer. So what does that mean? So that means that I am an all-purpose mechanic who diagnoses and repairs various knickknacks. So in other words, I'm like a less skilled mechanic. And the reason why I just kind of chose to go that route for myself is just the fact that I do like learning how things work, and just kind of like the little intricacies inside of them, as well as just like taking things apart with my hands and just kind of fiddling around, you know? And plus, it's always nice to just kind of understand the work that other people have put into the things that they've made. So this doesn't just apply to, you know, anything physical. It could be just even something like, video games or just animation shows and just entertainment in general. So yeah, I just kind of like learning about how people put things together, and so that naturally makes me want to pick them apart. So all that being said, let's talk about my hobbies. And I kind of touched on this already, but I like breaking things. So yeah, you kind of can't learn how to put things together if you don't know how to, break them first. Wait. I think I have that a bit backwards. What did I say? But yeah, the point makes sense in my head. You gotta break stuff first in order to be able to repair it, so... And plus, it's just a nice little stress reliever, to be able to just break things and not have to feel any kind of remorse for it. So, of course, naturally, that leads into the next part, and that's writing. Well, it's not really connected to each other, is it? But yeah, I do just like writing, and I think that's I hope that there was like a little bit of a taste of that desire to write with how I started to stream, because I just really want to be able to make people smile. Whether that be just, doing this, or eventually if I have to, I will kind of move on and just go into writing. Sorry that I'm late, Carrasco. Thank you. Thank you. You don't have to apologize for being late, Astra. Just you being here is like, it means a lot to me. Thank you. Yeah, so... Ooh, I lost my train of thought with this, but it's okay. The point stands is that I just really like writing. So, what's next then in the list of hobbies that I like? Well, I like enriching my mind. Yeah. So, you can't really expect to write or learn how to fix things if you don't know anything in the first place. So you kind of just need to take time to yourself and just go things at your own pace and learn about the world around you, At least that's how I like say it to myself as an excuse. But yeah, and of course, obviously, I like video games and anime. I'm not gonna go too much into depth in that because that's what this behemoth of a stream is for. So, yeah, there's a lot here. I won't talk about everything, but I will just say that I grew up with video games and anime, and I read like one manga, I read like one light novel, but I didn't really go too much into like the actual source material into physical media. It was always between anime, video games, and then the occasional visual novels, actually, in which it's been a long time since I actually read one, but who knows? I'll be willing to play with some more on stream and just figure out when and what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so it could be a little bit more obvious because of the way that my streams have been set up, but I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, I'm a big fan of Xenoblade, and I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry. So those, I think, are gonna be like my heralded top 3 games of just like all time. So it's hard to see anything really topping them, personally for me. But that's not to say that I don't like other games, of course, which is why I kind of just have this giant list here. And with Ori, Harvestella, Command & Conquer, that one's just like an old one from my childhood that I am kind of sad that is no longer around. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tales of, there's a lot of RPGs here, a lot of action-y games, the Demonborn Sekisou series, and just like a lot of, maybe not a lot, but definitely games from like the PS2 era and before then, right? And so, that's all the video games. And then over here on the right is just, of course, all the anime that I can remember watching and that I really liked. It started out as just kind of like a mirror of trying to be this, but then I just gave up and just started listening everything that I just remember liking. So yeah, these first three I kind of ordered, and then everything else just kind of like is just a stream of vomit. Or no, wait, a stream of thought. Yeah. So Gintama, I would say, is my like absolute favorite anime out of all of these. It's just really funny, really a lot of referential humor and parody humor that like kind of encapsulates the entire 2010 era of like internet humor, I want to say, but it does it in a way that's still really funny even now. I've rewatched the entire like 300 plus episode anime like 6 times over my life. Yeah, but it's been a long time since I even sat down to really watch a long running show just to begin with. So maybe I'm due for another rewatch. I don't know. But definitely not anytime soon because life has just been way too busy. So yeah, Mob Psycho 100, I'm really shocked of just like how good that anime is. It's for something that's newer by comparison to a lot of the stuff on this list. Or rather, the anime series just concluded like a few months ago, and I'm still kind of reeling about the way that the entire show just progressed and just seeing Mob grow into his own person. Yeah, and then I misclicked. And then just shows like Noya Battery. It's just a little slice of life, very cute show that I watched when I was like a kid. So I just kind of saw like those group of girls and just thought, man, I want to hang out with them. Yeah, and it's kind of the same case with a lot of these. Out of all of these, though, I won't talk because if I talk about everything, we would take way too long. I just want to talk about Rewrite and the Monogatari series because these two like shows, or in this case the visual novel, really just kind of set a lot of things into motion for me. Because for Rewrite, this is a visual novel from the same company that did Angel Beats, Little Busters, Clan Ad, and Count on Air, all those different like series that are like exceptionally heartbreaking. And so when I read through Rewrites, not knowing anything about it, not hearing anything about it, and just kind of like went through on that journey for the first time, like on my own, it really felt magical to me, and it's a story that has stuck with me even to this day. It was what made me want to start writing in the first place because it instilled the desire in me to just figure out, not figure out, but to just be able to reach people the same way that, like, you know, the main character was trying to reach people through his ability to rewrite himself. And yeah, I won't go into too much detail. But yeah, and then Monogatari, the series, this one is funny. Glad I totally broke me when I watched it. I cried so hard. Yeah. Yes. And even to this day, I think out of all of these, I think about Planet the most. Because I'm starting to get to the age of where Otanashi is. You know? Where it's like, we're out of high school, and we're just trying to figure out what to do with our lives. And so, yeah. Thankfully, I don't quite have a sick wife. And, okay, yeah, no. I'm getting depressed thinking about it. So I'm gonna stop there. But yeah, Monogatari. I was about to say, like, this is the like series that got me into watching anime in the first place, outside of like Naruto, Bleach, and I can't even say One Piece because I didn't watch as a kid. Like Inuyasha, yeah. So outside of like those 3 series when I was watching growing up, Monogatari was the one that really got me to start actively seeking out anime to watch. So it was a weird one because it was a very fan servicey show with like really fast, a lot of talking, and it's like this the type of style that like Shaft, the animation studio, is now famous for. It was like the health tilting is like, ugh. Like I can't really do it well. But all right, so yeah, that's all the games and animes that I really wanted to talk about. So I kind of joked around a little bit with the hobbies, so I kind of do want to talk about some of the actual ones that I like, and just things that I do like in general. So yeah, I'm a big fan of steamed rice and meat. Just I've grown up eating like this particular kind of dish in a long time. I think Inuyasha made you get into anime. Yeah, that's not a bad one either, because all things considered, now that I think about it, I think I really started liking the romance aspect of like a lot of animes because of like an anime like Inuyasha. Also, hi, welcome. But yeah, so I grew up just eating this dish like a lot, and just mainly it was a sausage and steamed rice dish, and it's something that I still haven't really grown out of. I just kind of modified it so that it just has more flavor and more actual food in it, so that I'm not like, you know, starving myself every single time that I'm trying to eat, you know? But yeah, and another thing that I really like, just in general, is actually singing and voice acting. And this is definitely something that I never thought that I would end up liking, because I did used to do a lot of music back when I was in school, but singing was not one of them. I tried to learn how to write music, I tried to learn how to play multiple instruments, but now I'm at this stage where it's just the most convenient for me to work on my voice over anything else. So yeah, I'm still not the greatest. Though I think some people would say otherwise about singing, but I do hope to like do some more things like karaoke streams in the future, because I had did one back in Thanksgiving, and it was a lot of fun. It was just as nerve-wracking as I misspoke. As this, but I just want to be able to do it more, get more comfortable with just my voice in general, which is also kind of where voice acting comes into play too, because that's something that I've started to pick up from the different games that I've played, and you know, I'd like to be able to move away from British voices. So that's just one of my hopes, and just continuing to like do a tiny bit of voice acting in the things that I do here in general on YouTube. So yeah, does it involve Japanese? Do you singing? Yes, it does. It's almost exclusively Japanese. Because that's the only kind of music that I listen to. A lot of them are anime, but that's just an unintended side effect of, you know, a lot of karaoke tracks being anime as well. Because it's kind of hard to kind of like branch out into different kinds of music just from different countries in the first place. So, and then even going further and finding tracks for them that you can use to sing on YouTube without worrying about DMCA, copyright, or anything like that. It's just rough in general. Especially for a country like Japan, which is very strict with its copyright laws. So yeah, if it's not a karaoke track, then you really are playing with fire when it comes to using any other instrumental track. Even a little bit with like your own ones would be great. But alright, so this third one, yeah, that is true? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so this third one thing I like is a good challenge, because I've kind of grown up a bit more on the stubborn side. So when on the stubborn side, so when I come across something that I just want to, you know, like be able to tackle head on and not get it like right away, then I want to keep at it until I'm able to overcome it. So, which also kind of leads back into, you know, the whole thing about playing every game on hard on YouTube, which unfortunately leads to moments like this. So let me just do that. And then yeah, it's rough playing games on hard. It's kind of rough. Alright, I think it was like around here for the music. Yeah, but alright. So that's comes into territory with challenges, but I'm happy to just have them in the first place. So yeah, we actually did kind of talk about this back with the anime points, but or actually not really, because I've mentioned that I've cried, or at least I think. But yeah, I like crying. I really like crying. It's weird, but I really like crying. So when I play a video game or watch an anime and just like find myself tearing up, that makes me like it so much more. But 2, if I find myself like full on bawling while I'm like experiencing those stories, then it immediately becomes like one of my all-time favorites. And I'm not talking about like cheap emotional like deaths or anything like that, where it's just very obvious that the author's just trying to get a reaction out of you. No, I'm just talking about the real moments of like raw emotion, in which characters don't need to die for them to exist. It could just be a tough conversation, just like that's really tense, of years and years of emotional baggage just being released between 2 people, and it just, you know, that it's gonna change their relationship forever after that. It's just moments like those, just like I live for them, and it's why I want to get better at writing, so I can, you know, be able to write stories that do the same thing, because it's powerful stuff, man. Because yeah. So what's this last point here? Oh, you're right. Yeah, I really like anime girls with red ponytails. It doesn't even need to be a ponytail. They just need to have red hair, and I really like them. So yeah, it didn't always start out that way. I can understand that. Yeah, it didn't always start out that way. And also, thank you for being here. Welcome, Jay. But as I started writing more, and as I kind of like thought I already had like the perfect like romantic interest in mind, I eventually got through like years and years of just like writing new characters and writing new stories that eventually just kind of morphed into a particular type of character, and that being characters with red hair and in a ponytail. And so yeah, it's just really, really interesting that a lot of things just kind of fell into place for red hair ponytail characters, you know? Because there's Persona 5 and, you know, yeah, other characters from recent games that I'm looking forward to learning more about. But alright, now it's all the likes and other hobbies, so now it's time to get into what I don't like. So yeah, one of those being there we go, waking up in the morning. I don't like waking up in the morning, and that's just because of the fact that I'm lazy. I play games and I stay up late at night. So yeah, my jobs recently have kind of made me like force me to sleep early so that I can wake up in the morning to go to them, and it's, I can't say it sucks because it's healthier for you, but I do kind of miss just having all that time at night to play into the waking hours of the morning, like I did last night with Honkai Star Rail. So that's that. And then of course one thing that I was actually struggling a lot on trying to think about what I don't like, and then I remembered just how strongly I hate dropping a freshly cooked meal. Because that... I talked about crying before, but this would make me cry out of anger if this ever like happened to me, especially now. Because you put all that time into making a meal. It's something that you maybe don't do all the time, or you just are about to get back home from ordering takeout, or just from any fast food restaurant that you just decide to go to. And then you just brake a little bit too hard, the fries fly out the bag, and they land all over your dirty car floor. Alright, next point. So, yeah. Okay, another thing I don't like. Apparently I don't like saving money. Because I had to think about this, and it's kind of weird, again, to say out loud, but I kind of noticed that I'm very, very hesitant to hold on to my money. Whenever I have like any extra, I just try to spend it on something, give it to someone, something, other than to just keep it on myself, because maybe there's a part of me that still hasn't quite grown up all that much in terms of like money management. But I feel like if I have money, then I'm not doing enough with it. So yeah, though unfortunately because of that, it leads me to spending way too much on food, giving out a lot of money generously to friends and family, though I don't hate that, because if they ask for it and they need it, then I'll be happy to like help them out. But yeah, just saving money is a skill that I am not good at. On that note, I hate inflation. Kinda sucks. Especially when you're just getting gas for your car. You go outside and then you stop at a gas station and just realize, damn, gas is this expensive? Because, at least for me in my area, there was a time like way before COVID was ever a thing that gas used to be like $2 per gallon. And that was a magical time. But little did I know that prices would never go back to that state of just value ever again. Inflation sucks. That's all I can say. Alright, excuse me, I needed to burp there. Alright. And so last point here, kind of to mirror the 5 points on the last slide. I don't like lying, and I don't like being angry. So this is definitely a bit more of a serious point for me that I just don't like doing in general. Because if I can help it, I want to be accountable for everything that I do, so I hate lying to anyone if I ever have to. And so it kind of makes other jobs hard to do because of, you know, there are things that people should not know and things that you can't say to them because they're not allowed to know. So you just have to say something else. So that makes lying a bit hard there. Even though it is for a purpose, I still don't like the feeling of it. Same thing with the feeling of being angry. I don't like it. Of course, I grew up playing games, and I've played my share of multiplayer games, so I'm familiar with a lot of the toxicity that it can be thrown around, the vitriol that can be thrown around in multiplayer games. But I also have seen the positive side of what an online community can be. So, what about rage quitting? I don't rage quit. Grabbing your food is probably one of the worst things in life. I agree. Especially when, let alone if it's a dirty floor, but the other point is if you just cleaned your floor, then that's another mess that you have to clean up again. So, and then you're starving, and then you're cranky and you're angry, and so, yeah, being angry is just not a feeling that I ever want to feel. So, what do I want to do with all of this? So my 5-year plan I think starting from now? From 2 years ago? I don't know. But yeah, the 5-year plan is to just reach 500 subs and 20 live viewers. It's a very low ball, admittedly, but I've been doing this for 2 years and I just kind of know that unless I kind of dramatically change something about the way that I do my content, either that be just going somewhere completely in a completely different direction from how it is now versus just doing it more consistently, then I'm not going to be able to get to these milestones, let alone as a male VTuber. Because I don't quite fit any of like the particular types of male VTubers that get a lot of attention, you know? I'm not ever gonna plan to like do roleplay. I don't ever like, I'm not gonna be crude because that's just not me. So, and I don't want to compromise who I am just for a few clicks, you know? So yeah, that's why the goal is a bit more modest, and it's not something that I can really control. Unfortunately, with the way that things are with YouTube. But it would be nice if I can get there within 5 years. So all that being said, I want to start streaming more now that I have this, and you know, make more use of just my model, of course. So I want to try streaming at least 3 times a week, but I also want to see what would be manageable in the first place, because I feel like 3 is a lot with a full-time job. And when we get to the schedule, it's gonna look insane, the way that I have it like planned out. But yeah, I've always wanted to do 3 streams a week too, so hopefully with this I'll be able to have the motivation to finally stick to my guns and do it. Right, and so leading into the part about doing content for a few years now, I want to make more scripted videos, make more use of my desire to write for just videos in general. And I want to trim their length by like 75%, because right now they're anywhere between an hour to 2 hours sometimes. That's such a long time. And before, I had no problem with like those video lengths because I watched videos that were that long in the first place. Long man bad. 3 streams a week is a good middle ground where you don't burn yourself out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And hopefully it's something that I can maintain. But I don't know. Having a full-time job on 9 to 5 every weekday just kind of make me feel like it's harder to sit down with like an hour plus video, or even VOD sometimes. But maybe that's because I'm in a more unique situation where I have more free, like, well, not more free time, but even less free time than a normal 9 to 5 job because of this, you know? So, yeah. And another thing I want to do is just meet more people online, make more friends. If you're not familiar with the call of Mao, don't worry about it. Okay. I won't then. Also, welcome, Ice. Yeah, I just want to meet more people online, make more friends. I'm talking a lot about the past, aren't I, with all this? But back a few years ago, when I was like a kid, I ended up finding this online community where with one of my like close friends back then, where we just kept, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like one of those clans from back in the day where you would just have servers in Gmod and just play like Trouble in Terrorist Town, or go to a roleplay server that's owned by the clans and just hang out with the people in there and just whoever happens to drop by. And so I got a really good group of friends from that experience, and we have played together like almost every day there's like 9 of us. And so there was no like shortage of people to play a game with. The main issue was just finding a game that we could all play together if we ever got to that. But yeah, I kind of miss that. So I want to meet more people online, make more friends, and just kind of become more comfortable with talking in general too. Because I feel like I've gotten more guarded compared to how I was back then. So I kind of want to lower my defenses a bit more and just take more chances with meeting more people from across the world. You know, I had a really good friend from back in Sweden that I don't talk to anymore. So yeah, things like that is just things that I want to have again, just in general. So is your profile going to remain a shadow man? Nah, it's gonna actually be my face after this stream is over. I can't exactly, you know, spoil the surprise for the actual stream, you know? So, yeah. One of the things I want to do is to make an official cover song. And kind of, by extension, I want to make an original song at some point too. Maybe. I need to see like how my voice turns out for singing first before I can officially say, yeah, let's make an original song, you know? So that's that. And then my last goal to do within the 5 years is to finish Persona 5 Strikers. Because this poor game, I started playing it back in 2021. Covers are fun. They are. And just listening to like all the little different things that people do for their covers and just the way that they make it their own is really, really fun. And plus, there's always the thrill factor too of listening to a cover of a song that you're not familiar with and just seeing how the person that you're watching, how their voice fits into the song. And it leads to a lot of really cool moments too. And sometimes a lot of moments that just catch you off guard in the first place. But yeah, if I can finish Persona 5 Strikers within the next 5 years, I'll be happy. Because, yeah, that should be enough time for Persona 5 or Persona 6 to come out, right? Right? Okay. Alright. So, where can you find me after all of this is said and done? So, just a few places. I feel like now that I've kind of debuted my VTuber model, I get the feeling that this will become my main channel. Instead of, you know, the channel that I've had and you guys probably know the most up until now. So, yeah. But I think the intent is still going to be there. I'll put edited videos up on Nothing Reef, but then any like streams, clips, and song covers that I do is going to be on this channel. Wait, if you're changing your content, will you change your name? Everything Reef? Nothing Long? Yeah. At the start of the stream, I was actually having an identity crisis about that. It's like, am I nothing? Am I Aiden? Who am I? Who are you? It's like, I don't know. So, it's like, I gotta get used to people calling me Aiden. Because I'm used to being called nothing by like the multiple years leading up to this point. Because it's just an old username by this point. So, yeah, whatever you guys want to call me, I'll be happy with that. Well, let me rephrase that. Between Aiden or nothing, I won't mind if you guys call me either. Aiden? Okay, that's one person. Go over Aiden. Yeah, I imagine that it's also a little bit more comfortable calling me Aiden rather than nothing too, you know? Especially now that I'm a person and not just a string of letters. So, yeah. So, it's about time, now that we're nearing the end, to just say thank you to the people who've made this possible. Oop. Does a VTuber need a character name? Maybe just go by Briefs or something. I've thought about it. But one, that's a little bit too close to Dragon Ball, and two, that's a little bit too close to the pair of underwear that you wear. So I'd rather not be associated with briefs, you know? But huge thank yous to the two people who have made this possible. So Tommy, Absalom, I think I said that right, for making the loading screen for the intro that I have. And then to Samuel Eliver, who took the PNG that I had and turned this into this VTuber model. Bosch R. Reeves. There you go, VTuber name. Alright, that sounds a little bit too fancy for like me personally. It's like even just deciding with the name Aiden took a lot of work. Like Bosch? Am I even saying that? Or like Bach? Am I saying that right? I don't know. And I low-key forgot about this part until I went back and saw Astra review her Bach, like the famous movie. Like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm thinking about it. No, it was Beethoven who went deaf, right? Bach is, and Mozart was the one that was like really crude and childish. I don't know. I think Bach out of the three was the normal one, or as normal as the 17th, 18th century will get you. I don't remember. Yeah, but I definitely forgot that hashtags are supposed to be a thing, so I just kind of made 4 up real quickly after remembering that they're a thing that you VTubers are supposed to have, quote unquote. So yeah, nothing brief, that's just anything related to me in general. Nothing on air for when I go live. Paint nothing. And then brief clips for memes and clips. Is now a good time to derail your stream with talk about random trivia? Also, what's your OCG sign or why is it for your piece? You got me there. Yeah, so the reason why they're prayer beads is because of the fact that I'm a giant weeb and okay now. So an Oshi mark. Dang. I forgot about that. We're gonna have to come back to that point like a little bit later because I completely forgot that. Actually, you know what? My Oshi mark is having nothing there. So everybody in the world has me as their Oshi right now because of that. Because you know, the name nothing brief, and so it's only appropriate. Wait, no, I just realized this could very easily make the like underwear emoji my Oshi mark, and I don't like that. Because I know it's out there that there's a pair of underwear as like an emoji. Why not wear them with pride? That's indecent though. Protect what's most important. I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah. This I have to live with this now. This is my life. Just make sure that the tags aren't already taken. Yeah, I don't think that they are, but I did look into it on Twitter. I think nothing on air is good, but the only thing would be easy to remember. I mean, if you guys are okay with it, then yeah, go ahead. Plus, it would be really funny to like see like thousands of people in one place with like the underwear emoji in their name. And so this is so stupid. Yeah, as I was saying, I think these are empty. There's like a handful of posts in there, but they aren't like actual hashtags that are being used, so it should be safe. I know there was like some that I came up with that that I had to like scrap because it could be kind of disgusting. So like the live tag, I originally thought of airing briefs, but when I did the search on Twitter, yeah, it's not pretty. Don't do it. Don't look it up. So that was out of the picture, but for the most part, just only like a handful of tweets related to these phrases, but nothing that actually uses them as a hashtag. They're all phrases. So yeah, I think for the most part it should be fine. If we need to come back and spruce these up a bit later, then we will. But okay, so that leads us to the final part of this PowerPoint, and that's just talking about what am I doing for the next week or so. Okay, but seriously, this is kind of what I have set up here. So, I said I wanted to stream 3 times a week. I scheduled myself to stream 4 times a week. But I think I can manage this, because these are all games that I actually do want to play. And I think just creating a schedule for myself will actually make me stick to it. What could go wrong? Exactly. What could go wrong? And so, over here, we have what's going on today, the debut stream. And then tomorrow, we'll be starting with Resident Evil 3 Remake, Scuffed Edition. So, to give some context for that, I've tried to stream Resident Evil 3 already. I think I got through half of the game, but I looked back at the stream and looked back at the footage, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was like a worse slideshow than what I put together here. And so, you can hear the audio and stuff just fine. I sounded just fine. But you look at the game and just, you will see one frame happen every like 5 minutes. It was horrendous. And I never thought to check, because in the past I played Resident Evil 2, and even though I had some hiccups in the beginning there, it still came out okay in the end. But Resident Evil 3, I did everything the same like I thought it did, but then it just stopped working. So I don't know what happened. I think it was because, you know, the difference between just recording something versus streaming it, and then doing both at the same time, in my case. So I think all of that CPU usage or just RAM was not there for OBS to both record and stream the game at a reasonable, like, performance. So yeah, I don't want to play through the first half of the game again. So we're just gonna start from halfway into the game, when all of us will not know what's going on. What about playing Resident Evil Revelations? Is it a possibility? I can look into it. I was only planning to do the mainline games, but I never really looked or heard anything about the Revelation like spin-offs. I don't know if to call them spin-offs or not, but yeah. Hang on, let me pull something up and write that down. Yeah, and then I'll look into it after the stream is over. Revelation? Yeah. Okay. So that'll be Monday. We're just gonna start halfway into the game, pretty much, I think. Because I've already fought Nemesis once as excuse me. Fought Nemesis once as I was gonna say Vicky Valentine. No, that's not her name. Jill! Who's Vicky? Hello? Alright, so Wednesday, after that, we're going like every other day here. And so on Wednesday, at about 7 PM for everything, because that's when I'll be available just during the weekday, I will be playing Shadows of Doubt. I promise to try to keep Criticism of Xenoblade 3 to a minimum in your streams. Now, it's like, I get that you do have your criticisms of Xenoblade 3, but I want you to be able to air them out. I haven't been exposed a lot to the DLC yet, so who knows? I might like it. Yeah, who knows? It could just be the way that they shine that focus on the parts of the game that you didn't like in 3, you know? But yeah, I don't mind the criticism because it is smart to acknowledge that they're there, you know? But yeah, so just don't be afraid to say it, but also just be mindful of it, yeah. Is probably the best way I can put it. I'll just let you know if it ever gets too much. I think that'll be the best way to handle it. But yeah, I was planning to make Wednesday the days that I just play tons of indie games. So, and this will be new and interesting for me too, so because I've always kind of wanted to dive more into indie games in general, but just kind of needed to do the research into them first to make sure that there are games out there that I would enjoy, and that there are games that maybe other people don't know about that would be interesting to just play on stream. I thought I found something with Shadows of Doubt, but apparently everybody else already knew that it's like the next big indie game or something like that, because this is a procedurally generated murder mystery game. So each like run, you'll be solving a new mystery that is just generated each time you start a playthrough. With the indie horror, since you started the main account with horror games, yeah, I will definitely do horror indies like every now and again, because I like horror games too. I say that now, but we'll see how I feel when I'm sitting down and actually playing them, because the only horror that I have experienced recently was Resident Evil, but that's more grotesque than really horror in my opinion. So, or maybe it's just something like I started with 6, so I'm very comfortable with the action-y parts of just dealing with zombies. I don't know. Speaking of indie horror, I just saw this amazing horror video on YouTube. It's like 7 minutes long. Really? Huh. Okay. Yeah, which one is that? I would be interested. I want to know about that too. But okay. So that's Shadows of Doubt. I'll be continuing Xenoblade 3, the DLC, on this Friday. I was gonna do it this upcoming Sunday. Then I realized that that's Mother's Day, so I'm gonna do it on Friday instead. Because what I had here before was Street Fighter 6, the demo, and just kind of messing around in that while I talk to you guys. But I think this will be better so that I could get my weekly dosage of Xenoblade in. So yeah. So that's why this is kind of like weird in the way that the next week is structured, but this is 2 Sundays from now, so 2 weeks from now. I will be just continuing Xenoblade 3 after that. And both Resident Evil 3 and Xenoblade 3 will be repeating every Sunday and Monday until we finish them. Streaming Phasmophobia will be another possibility in the future. Ooh. Right. I forgot. I'll think about it. Maybe at the end of the month, but I don't know if I can play that. But we'll have to see. And maybe we could try doing it in VR too, because I actually do have a Steam Index, and I would be like really happy to do more VR stuff too. I don't know how that would work with a VTuber model. Maybe I'll just be like a PNG? I don't know. It's called The Kid in the Camera. It hits really hard. Super short yet excruciatingly effective. Ooh, okay. Let me make a note of that too. Okay. So The Kid in the Camera. Okay. Yeah. I'm excited to like try out some of these other games you guys are bringing up. Yeah. So and then for next week, after this upcoming one, I'm going to be doing Factorio, which is just kind of like a steampunk sci-fi automation sandbox game. I think that's the best way I can put it. It's really addicting, and we're barely going to get anything done by the time I have to call it a night. So yeah, I played it before, but it's been a long time, so I kind of forgot. And I think this will be fun as like my substitute for playing Minecraft, because, you know, that's mandatory for every VTuber to play Minecraft at some point, you know? But, and then after that, we'll be checking out Zelda. Ooh. Hello? There we go. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm not going to do it on release day because that's a lot of work, and this way I don't want to play games on release unless it's something that I really care about. Factorio is really fun. Pollution Simulator. Yeah. I can, like, I say I could. I have played Factorio for hours on end before. Still haven't, like, built the rocket to get off the planet. So if we could do that on stream, then that would actually be, that'd be super sick. But yeah, I didn't want to play Zelda on this actual release date, which is this upcoming Friday, because everybody is going to be playing that game, and so, and plus everybody will also just be playing it themselves anyway, so I want to give people time to kind of play the game first, and then that way we could start with me playing the game. Yeah, it's kind of like the same actually, now scratch at that, sorry. Yeah, but that should be everything. Oh, your shirt or sleeves end with a blue ring. I thought your wire just cut off because the exact shade is blue. Oh, yeah. Which, speaking of, we can kind of go back to here and just take a better look at myself too. Yeah, because I haven't quite done that yet. Yeah, so like you said, the sleeves of my shirt, they just end in a blue ring. And my outfit is like kind of simplistic overall, but this is what I wanted for myself because here we go, because I'm floating in the air. But yeah, I just kind of wanted something simple that kind of gives off the impression that I could be from somewhere else, but you know, it's just okay, I'll just be honest, I didn't really have much imagination when I told Sam what I wanted from my VTuber model. So I just said, for this first one, let's just keep it simple. It's like, okay. And so yeah, just kind of follow my directions to the T, in which I can't complain about that, but I do like what he's done here. So yeah, I'm personally really happy with that because it kind of feels different compared to what everybody else has. At least, yeah, that's a little bit too big. Here we go. So, yeah. Oh yeah, it's been over an hour. But, you guys have anything you want to talk about and ask? Okay, we're going for like another 15 minutes, I'd say, because I don't want to make the debut stream too long. There's certainly a standout design to see of visually similar anime girls. I don't know, the simple two-tone shading is charming in its own way. Yeah, that's one thing I really like about just the simple two colors of my outfit too. It's just, it's super simple, in which you can immediately tell maybe not what I'm supposed to be, other than just like this giant thing on my arm here, but you can just kind of get the impression of what I'm trying to go for. Also, you have a nose. Yes, I have to make sure that I had a nose. I'm a little bit parched. Hang on, let me drink some water. Oh no, she's here! It's okay, Astra. We all like you and your, like, tiny button nose too. But, yeah. I'm definitely feel a lot better compared to before this debut started. Because, let me tell you, I was definitely really nervous. I would never hush on the subject of nose supremacy. The nose really does enhance your meals too, you know? Because enjoying the food is more than just what you taste. It's what you can smell too. How else will you wear glasses? Exactly. I wear glasses too, so I should have like gone for that immediately, but yeah. Leave it to the person named Eyes to point out the importance of a nose. The importance of a nose for glasses. It's there. You just need better eyes to see it. The eyes that's not full of sky, maybe. I don't know. Astra attacking the visually impaired. First children, and now the visually impaired. What else will she do next? The ableist rhetoric will not go unpunished. Yeah. By this point now, I'm just kind of like cooling off from like the nerves of starting the stream, so yeah. I said it already, but thank you guys so much for being here. It does mean a lot. I'm not gonna lie, when the stream first started and like I saw no one, it was like it's just like another day in the life of Nothing Brief. But yeah, you did great. Thank you. Yeah, it's probably why I didn't feel as nervous either, because even going back and just reviewing what I had, just in general, it did make me feel better to know that every single time that I went back and looked over it, I felt like I did good with the presentation and the special intro bit that I did at the start of the stream, which I do encourage you guys to go back and watch that beginning part if you missed it, because yeah, especially if you're a Xenoblade fan or just want to hear a bit more of what I'm like when I'm behind an editing program. So yeah, I need to get back to getting my ass kicked by Phase 3 Sura. But before I go, I'm just saying that you're stuck with me now. There's no escape. See you next stream, Toodles. Alright. Thanks, Eyes, and you have fun with that. You know what, I'm happy to have you here. So, yeah, have fun with Phase 3 Sura. Hopefully when I get there, I'll see what's going on with that. Because I'm in the city that Astra stopped at in Honkai Star Rails. So, yeah, I just need to continue off from there, probably after I end the stream. But no, I have a video that I need to finish for tomorrow for Harvestella, because that one is finishing up and I really liked it. So yeah. Yo, wait, you gonna play Wizard of Legend too? I actually don't know anything about Wizard of Legend, so I'm not sure if I would check it out. I watch and I love all the existential questions. Thank you. Yeah, Wizard of Legend. Yeah, I just don't know what that game is about. I've definitely seen Astra streams about it, like, here and there, but I've never clicked on them. So, like, if I'll be honest. Sura's final boss of the game. Oh, only just yesterday unlocked his secret Phase 3? Oh. Okay. Huh. Okay, so definitely won't be a while until I get there. But, interesting. Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm probably not going to stream Star Rail. Did you pull any 5 stars yet? I have. I got Himiko, actually, as my first 5 star. For reference, I beat his Phase 2 hit list in like 10 seconds. I got 1 hit on him in Phase 3, and he beat me in half a minute. Oh! Okay. And this... So it's not even a phase that's a part of the story, it's one that you have to unlock. I'm kind of starting to get a little bit scared. If I ever find Phase 3 Sura. But yeah, I got 5-star Himiko, which is the redhead navigator of the Astro Express. So, which I'm actually really happy about, even though I could already feel that she's not gonna scale particularly well as just like a damage dealer. But who knows? I'm just starting, so that's just kind of the impression that I get of her, like right off the bat. Even though I like your design a lot. Ooh. Yeah, let me drink some more water. You need to have beaten the game first to even unlock phase 3, and even then it's optional. If you do play Wizard of Legend, just focus on beating the first boss and getting used to Arcana. Okay. I'll just go ahead and write down Wizard of Legend and just like look into it a bit more. Yeah, especially if it's a game that I'll be able to play on Wednesdays too. Because I prepped for these streams. I actually have a ton of other indie games that I want to play as well, and that I've already bought on Steam. So yeah, outside of Shadows of Doubts, I was already planning on playing Tunic, Death's Door, and Ender Lilies. So yeah, I think Tunic and Death's Door are going to be kind of similar to each other, but I'm looking forward to Ender Lilies the most because it actually looks... I feel like it's like right up my alley. The kind of things that I like about indie games to just begin with. Yeah, because it feels like it'll have cute characters. I like the kind of grim atmosphere that it has. The music from the trailer alone has me hooked. And I feel like this story could potentially be one that will, at the very least, tug at my heartstrings. Because since it's, I think it's a text-based game, so there won't really be voice acting, to my knowledge. I didn't hear any when I was watching the trailers, but yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to playing Ender Lilies whenever we get there. And I'll probably try to make a video or two about that one out of my playthrough at the very least, or ever how long that it'll take to get through the whole thing. I still kind of need to figure out how I want to handle highlights for the games that I play, rather than just doing traditional Let's Play videos of just games that I play. Oh, what do you guys think about the background and all that actually? Because I was definitely pondering to myself, what the hell am I going to use for a background? And so I also need to kind of make chat a bit prettier, because I'll admit it's kind of hard to read you guys on the screen. So yeah, if I could figure out how to make chat look nicer, then that'll be a win in my book too. It's nice? Yeah, it's all the pretty little Sakura, and if you hadn't quite put it together yet, this is actually the Sophronia trees from Xenoblade 3. It matches really well? Ah, thank you. Yeah. Because I was trying to figure out how to incorporate all the elements of the games that I really like into my streams. And so, with Xenoblade and then Kingdom Hearts being the ones that I like the most, I figured out what I want to do with Kingdom Hearts there. But for Xenoblade, I figured that I could do something like this. The Sophronia trees from in-game, and just spruce it up a little bit for stream. Ah. Are there any other games that you guys are looking forward to that's coming out soon? I know we talked a little bit about some of the horror indie stuff that has been popping up here and there, but I'm just actually kind of curious to see what's on you guys' radar and whether it matches or reminds me of any games that I'm looking forward to as well. Yeah, which speaking of, let me pull up my little document of games that I have, and take a look at what I have written down. You're interested in the new 40k game Bolt Gun? Oh, 40k, okay. Yeah. What kind of style of gameplay are they going for on Bolt Gun? Yeah, because I know that with 40k they have like a lot of different kinds of games, so just hearing the name alone won't really give too much of an idea of what it's going to be about. Alright, so let me see. What do I have here? Oh yeah. It looks like an old school Doom. Oh, really? That just like shot up my interest in that game like by twofold. Wow. 40k bolt gun, okay. That's another one to do with. I'm just gonna start reading out a list of games that I have that I was planning to just do at some point for YouTube and streaming. So let me see. So both of the God of War games, so God of War and then God of War Ragnarok, I haven't played those. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, I think it's called. I didn't get the exact name of it, but it was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a PS5 for Kenna. All of the other Resident Evils, I want to go back and start I want to go back and start Lost Judgments and continue the Yakuza series at some point too. Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm pretty much guaranteed to be playing any Kingdom Hearts game. Persona 4 Golden, I want to check out at some point too. That'll be a long game. Let me finish Persona 5 Strikers first before anything. I would like to play Half-Life Alyx on stream. I just need to figure out how to do, the entire VR setup, like I said before. Sifu, Alien Isolation, the Fear trilogy. That's like an old school FPS horror game that a friend of my dad's had given to me at one point when I was a kid. I tried playing it. I think I got decently far into it, but I distinctly remember being so like traumatized by the ghost girl in one of the dark hallways that I just never played the game again. So I want to go back and face my fears. Haha, with that one. So yeah, I'll play Strangers of Paradise as well in the upcoming Final Fantasy 16. Street Fighter 6 is definitely on there, though I just need to add it to the list. What ends of you? And Ether Knights, Ravenlock, Tunic I talked about. Master Detective Archive, main code. The detective mystery game from the Danganronpa studio. Yeah, I'm really looking forward for that one to come out. And then I think that's about it. About like things that I know that I will play on stream at some point. Yeah. And then of course there's the stuff that you guys had just let me know about too. Sorry. I think this is about a good time to call it here now. It's been about an hour and a half, and if it goes any longer, then it'll be harder for anybody to even like get through the debut stream, right? I wasn't expecting the PowerPoint to take as long as it did. I thought it was going to be like 45 minutes at most, but I ended up staying on it for a lot longer than I thought it would. But yeah, so thank you guys again for coming out this late afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and yeah, hope hope you all have a nice rest of your day or night. This might be a bad time to mention that I don't have an outro.